This weekend, I was on a little holiday in Blackpool. Oh, I was out there eating ice cream, fighting with the seagulls. I got a sunburn though. My face was red. My face was red as the maple leaf on the Canadian flag. Ooh! Bang, 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 bang. Oh, is that little Easter egg for this week's episode, Mike? I don't know, baby. Welcome back to the Mike Yanek Show. Bruh, 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 bruh. Do me a little favor. YouTube.com/MikeYanek Comedy. That is the YouTube channel. The subscribe button is just there. It's just there, bro. Like a moose stuck on the highway. It's just looking at you. So do me a little favor. Punch that subscribe button like a hockey player at a fight. Pah! And also cover it with a thick layer of maple syrup. Woo! And just enjoy yourself. Also, patreon.com/MikeYanek, £1 a month if you want a bonus episode of the show, early access, and so much more. And enjoy yourself. Be happy like a Chinese guy buying property in Vancouver. Woo! Yes, baby. But whatever you do, never culturally appropriate, especially never do blackface. Unlike Justin Trudeau, who did it twice, baby. And that's all the references I know about the country. And our guest this week, pull up the flag and let's put our hand on our hearts and let's sing Oh Canada. Because this week we have all the way from Canada, ooh, Jordan Ducharme.
Oh man,
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here. What an intro. What an
Yes, lad.
unbelievable. I'm so glad I got drunk before this. Or I would not be able to match your energy if not for the drinks.
Cheers, mate. Everything I know about Canada, pretty much from South Park, let's be honest, okay?
Yeah, fair enough.
I got all the Canadian references into this intro that I did okay. Jordan.
You made a bit of a mistake because my favorite thing about the Trudeau Blackface thing, and if you don't know what we're talking about, it's the Prime Minister of Canada went through a scandal on one of the last elections right before. It's sort of like, you know how they hit Trump with the grab him by the pussy video? Right before. They hit Trump Trudeau with photos of him doing blackface. And then when they asked him, like, so how many times did you do this, man? He's like, so many, I can't tell you.
That's a gangster move. That's a gangster move, that.
He's like, it used to be my thing. I've done it a lot.
Fucking hell. But how many times? I think they discovered 2 pictures.
They discovered 2 pictures, but hit by his own account, he's like, so often I couldn't tell you how many times. So that was my thing that I did.
Fucking hell. But you know what the thing is? Let's be honest. He looks like one of those fucking Disney prints. You know, like type of guy. And let's be honest. If you're good looking, you can get away with a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit.
Dude, it's annoying because when he was being elected, I mean, he's the son of a prime minister. People don't even know that.
Oh, really?
Like,
wow.
Yeah, and like, I forget who, but he was someone's son.
Something, probably.
Pierre something or other. And everyone was just talking about, like, look how good his hair looks. And yeah, before he got elected, I'm like, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
if it's it should be his policy, but no one knew what that was. And then all of a sudden he gets elected, and it's like, wow, we have the best looking leader of all time.
Yeah.
Which I could sort of get behind, but, you know.
That's why I put so much effort into my moisturizing routine in my hair so I can fucking drop inappropriate slurs and stuff. Because there's gonna be some pictures of me doing blackface just to Trudeau, you and me, baby. We're gonna start our own party. Let's go. Wasn't he like a ski instructor or something like that?
He was a substitute teacher?
Yes, of course he was.
So he's like, I mean, I can't really make any jokes past that. I mean, it is a joke a bit.
Fucking hell. Is he still prime minister?
Yeah. Oh,
Still,
he did that. He forced an election during COVID when it was sort of like, we need the guy.
Yeah.
It was sort of a snaky move. And everyone was sort of pissed, but then they elected him.
Oh, really? So how long is going to be in power? Fucking for the next 15 years?
I don't know. Canada just has a thing where it's like, oh, when we want to call an election, you call an election.
What?
Yeah, it's sort of crazy.
I'm so happy they don't have that in Britain because do you get a day off when you vote and stuff?
They'll let you if you say, "Hey, I have to vote."
Oh, if
like,
this was
okay,
if this was Britain, there'll be every 2 months there'll be new elections. They'll be like just like nah, fuck it. Oh, great! So he just pulled up the picture of Justin Trudeau in blackface. I don't know.
It's so funny, dude.
Oh my god! Yeah, he's like
Look, you can see even 2 rich white guys behind him are like, I don't know about this.
Bro, this is a bit sketchy, dude. This is a bit sketchy.
This
you know
is not okay.
I don't know if we can put up on the screen in the post edit because I think YouTube's gonna take it down. You know what I'm saying? But we can look at it. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, it's not even that he's got blackfaces. He's wearing a turban as well that he clearly had to make or fashion. It's like he really like committed 110%.
What was the character? Was he like Aladdin something?
But even Aladdin isn't that black. Aladdin would be like, who's this guy?
Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, so
Didn't he do his hands as well? Like, I mean, I think he did
No,
like the
he
full
did
body.
black body, dude.
Wow, that's commitment, that.
People get offended by blackface, but black body is a whole other level, dude.
Really?
If you think about it, I mean, you're going black body.
But you know, the bodybuilding competitions, the white dudes, you know, they put like the black stuff on them.
They go orange body.
But their faces still, they don't put the stuff on the face, so it's like completely different. You know, the body is like super dark skin, but the face is just like a red-headed guy and stuff.
They're like the opposite of Trump. Like, because Trump will go orange face and then flabby white body.
Fucking hell, man. What is the moral of the story? Just be good looking, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to make it in love, just be fucking good looking.
Don't change the color of your skin inauthentically. If the sun does it, that's okay. If you're putting shoe polish on, you've gone too far.
I've never understood the whole thing with Halloween overall, just people dressing up as, you know, like characters or something.
Oh, you don't understand it? It's, you know, if you're a kid,
because we don't have that in
fun.
Bulgaria. You
Really?
know? Nah, it's come dude, like fucking, it's all misery over there. You're not allowed fun. What is this? No, you just sit here, work and cry. That's it.
Well, yeah, I would assume it's like a first world country thing. But you couldn't understand why kids would get into that, like dressing like
kids,
pirates and shit.
Kids, but when I see like adults, like people in their 40s and 50s, because Halloween, everybody dresses as I mean, it's a cliche, it's a hack joke, but you know, all the older women or whatever, they dress as a slutty nurse and slutty fucking, you know, chimney sweeper or slutty, whatever the fuck, you know.
If adults are dressing up for Halloween, it's either to be slutty, totally acceptable, or to get shit-faced in a funny outfit, also acceptable, or to molest kids. It's not acceptable. In my opinion. I don't know what the podcast thinks.
We do not condone. No. We only condone blackface. That's the only thing we condone on this podcast. No molesting child. Okay, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau, I think there was a thing where they had that summit of like G27 or whatever the fuck. And he was going there and everybody, you know, the women are gushing over him. Oh, he's so handsome or whatever. And he was showing them, he was showing his socks because he had like a wacky socks or whatever. And no, literally like little ducks or something. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah.
You know?
And he gets elected like that.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
It's sort of how it's always been, though. Like, I remember hearing, like, Bill Clinton, before everyone really loved him, he went on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone.
Yeah, yes, lad. I
and
remember
everyone
that.
was like, oh, this guy's fucking awesome.
This white guy's amazing, man.
Yeah. And the next day, his numbers shot up, and it's like, well, I guess that's all it is.
Did you knew that his, you know, he fucked, what's it called, Monica Lewinsky or whatever?
Yeah.
But did you knew that he used to roll, so he used to roll his own ciggies, which is a very gangster move, but he used to dip part of the, you know, you need a bit of saliva or whatever to close it.
Yeah.
He used to dip it in her pussy.
I heard about that. I heard it was
How wild is that?
I heard it was a cigar.
Oh, a cigar. Oh, that's even more gangster,
I mean, that's
bro.
what the rumor goes. I mean, I don't know, man. It's fucked. The whole thing's fucked, you know, but it is sort of gangster, too. It is.
Because to be honest with you, politics is so boring for me. Unless you make it super entertaining, I don't care.
Unless the politician commits a crime or does blackface.
Yeah.
I'm not really wanting to talk about it.
I was like, well, what are you doing over here? It has to be like pro wrestling, bro. You need to have a gimmick. You need to hit somebody with a chair, you know what I'm saying?
That's why like, I'd always say I'm not a Trump fan. Like, I wouldn't have voted for him, but you can't tell me he wasn't awesome at the same time.
The greatest heel of all time.
Yeah,
the bad guy. The greatest bad guy of all time in politics.
It's like, watching the top heel be the best for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then he got his comeuppance a bit. But, man, to tell me Trump wasn't being hilarious that whole time?
Yeah, he was hilarious, yeah. But then, but you know, the thing is, I heard on a podcast that he knows, because, you know, he told a story in his presidency, you know, coming down the escalator and stuff.
Yeah.
And at the end, because, you know, every series needs to have a grand finale. And, you know, they stormed the Capitol and stuff. And they were saying that this is like the way you end the show.
Yeah.
And then he just rides off into the sunset. And that's it, you know?
Yeah, it was sort of wild.
It was like, what the fuck? America.
Because even he backed off. Like, I don't think he expected that the riot thing to happen. Because he was talking shit like he always does. And he's like, they're stealing it. We got to head down there right now and take them down.
Can you imagine?
And then they actually did. And you could just see him like, oh, no.
It's like, he was like, I don't even believe, like, I was expecting them to be dumb and naive because they trust and believe me, but these people are like, what the fuck's wrong with them?
Yeah.
Like, and they film themselves. That's the thing. It's like videos online. And then they cry when they got arrested. What the fuck do you expect to happen?
Did you see the guy?
Fucking hell, man. These Americans, what the fuck are they
HBO did a documentary on it. And
really? Oh, I need to watch
this wheelchair guy was one of the insurgents, if you will. and all the rioters lifted him up the stairs to the Capitol.
Jesus.
But then when they were all fleeing,
Yeah.
no one thinks to bring him back down the stairs.
Yeah.
So everyone else just flees, and there's this wheelchair guy like getting arrested by
Yeah.
the police. And the whole time he's trying to film them, and they're just like, "Fuck you, dude." You can tell they want to like chuck him down.
Can you just imagine other countries who hate America just watch this, like fucking ISIS or whatever, like Iran or whatever, and they're watching this, and they was like, can you imagine if these out-of-shape fucks can take over one of their biggest capital? Like one of the symbols of America can be taken out in 27 minutes by some guy in a wheelchair and a guy with a Trump hat and like his belly's taken out.
Yeah. And they didn't even
they're
cut
like,
off
what the
anyone's
fuck?
head? What's going on here?
Yeah. ISIS is gonna fucking wipe them out in like fucking 7 seconds. There was like no guards, no nothing. Somebody just opened the door. They was
Yeah.
like, yeah, just come in. Fucking hell.
Well, dude, that reminds me. I know
America, come on, America.
I know you wanted to segue to some Canada talk for a bit. So I want to tell you about the time the city I'm from, Vancouver, rioted because their hockey team lost in the Stanley. Because they lost in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Have you never heard of this?
No, tell me.
Oh, man.
What?
So this is great. The Vancouver Canucks, a renowned hockey team from Vancouver.
Hold on. What is the name? Canucks.
The Canucks.
That sounds like a fucking racial
It's
slur.
like a slur for Canadian. But they're reclaiming it.
Oh, great. Amazing. Fuck it. Dude.
So they've never won the Stanley Cup. And the Stanley Cup is what every hockey player wants to win. It's sort of their whatever.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Whatever. I don't know sports, but it's the big thing. And they came close in 1993, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
And when they lost, a riot happened.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, back then in 93. So in 2008 or 9, I believe, we were in the finals again. And everyone sort of had in the back of their head this idea, like, if they don't win, I think a riot's going to happen, right? And everyone was sort of like, yeah, it would only make sense given what happened 25 years ago, there'd be a riot.
Fuck it up.
And so my buddies and I, none of us gave a fuck about hockey, but it's sort of one of those things. If you live in BC, you're watching the game.
Yeah, of course,
it is the
of
final.
course. Yeah.
I think it went to game 7, which is like the final.
Oh.
It's like everyone's, I could be wrong on all of this, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure tensions were high. And as soon as Vancouver lost, we all just went out and started smoking weed and cigarettes on the balcony and stuff. And we left the TV on, not even thinking about it. And then about 20 minutes later, I just went in to take a piss. And I see on the TV, the news is on. And there's like cars on fire. There's people like flipping cars.
Jesus, man.
There's like,
What the fuck, dude?
Look at this, man. And like the city was burning. And then immediately from there, they just started looting.
Oh, wow. What?
This chick was a hero for a while. You see behind the guy.
Oh, somebody got fucking whacked.
It is not wrestling.
Yeah, for those of you who are just listening, there's a fucking bunch of blonde dudes burning down cars. Like that's just what's happening. Wow, dude.
Yeah,
What?
so that's Vancouver, dude. That's how serious we take our hockey, I guess.
Who are they playing then?
The
Vancouver
Boston Bruins.
Oh, American team.
And Boston smashed them, dude.
Yes, lad. Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about hockey.
So, okay, so how many teams? Oh, you said you don't know anything about
don't know
hockey, but I think it's
anything.
like 2 or 3 teams. I think Toronto has a team.
Toronto has 2 teams.
Oh, wow.
I do know a fair amount, I guess. So Toronto has 2 teams. The Montreal Canadiens are like the all-time best team.
Really?
I mean, they used to be. I don't know if they still are. Winnipeg has a team.
Hold on, Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Fucking hell, these names are so like fucking low-hanging fruit. There's zero originality in their names.
Yeah.
Fucking people were drunk when they came up with the names. Just like fucking, are we gonna call ourselves, eh? We're Canadians, eh? Canadians? Canucks? What the fuck, dude? What's the name of the Toronto teams?
You're not wrong at all. The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, come on! Boo!
And then the Ottawa Senators. Which, I don't know what that is. What is a senator?
Isn't that like the guy, like politicians and stuff, isn't it?
I don't know.
Senators? Oh my
I thought it was
fucking
like
God.
a Roman soldier, but I'm...
Yeah, you wish. No. There's nothing is that badass in Canada, let's be fucking honest. We gotta be ourselves. The maple leaves, the boo mooses, the maple syrups, the pancakes, the Canadian bacons.
Dude, you'd love it in Edmonton, because Alberta's like the oil province. They call themselves the Edmonton Oilers. Because they're like, we have a shitload of oil. That's their whole thing.
Oh my fucking God. Oh, the Canadian Justin Biebers and stuff, innit? Justin Bieber, he's Canadian. Britney Spears, I think, is Canadian. Michael Myers.
Is she? No, Brittany isn't.
Oh no, she's from the South, sorry.
Yeah. But Bieber is.
Fucking hell, dude. My
You gotta
God.
love Bieber, dude. I hated how they tried
Bieber.
to
Bieber.
Bieber, isn't it? I know how to say it. How dare you go after my
I'm just
accent?
taking a piss, bro.
I hated how they went after him though, because when he was becoming famous, they were like, "Oh, look at them. He was drunk driving," and it's like, yeah, like he should be dead.
Yeah, he's 14. He's
Yeah,
supposed
anyone
to be.
with that much money should be dead.
Yeah, he's
at that
Canadian. He's
age.
supposed to be drunk driving. Okay, what you want? Fighting beavers in front of on the front lawn.
Exactly, man.
So, what are some Canadian stereotypes then?
That we're too polite. That's a big one. Which I think is bullshit. I
Really?
think, yeah, because all it is, if everyone's polite, then some people are being passive aggressive. Some people are being pussies and not being honest. You know.
Really? Okay.
It's why I like England, because people are sort of upfront, for better or worse. It's like you'll know how they feel for the
in
most
the north,
part.
I think in the north. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And yeah, we are comics, so we're surrounded by pussies. But
Yeah.
like normally, I mean, I feel like I get an honest read off a British guy, where as a Canadian can just be the best guy ever to your face, and then go online and be like, he's actually not
Jacob
cool.
trashes me all the time behind my back, you know? He writes whole blogs and everything. When he sees me, oh, Mike, I love you so much. You're amazing. Gotta go home and see fucking these negative reviews on the Mike Yanek show. Jacob, you can't trust it, bro. You can't trust. You don't know. You never know with the British guy. What they think, you know?
Gotta cancel this guy.
What else? What else then? No, because to be honest with you, I met a few Canadians and they were quite polite and stuff, but
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm trying to think of other stereotypes. I don't know. Are there many? Because people come up to me, they think I'm American, so I'm like, no, I'm Canadian. Like,
Okay, so how about, because there's a lot of stereotypes in America about Canada, and Canadians are portrayed like goofy, silly. You know, like in South Park, they have those two characters. Have you seen South Park?
of course.
Yeah, you know the two.
Yeah, Terrence and Phillip. Yeah, of course.
How does it make you feel as a Canadian? Because I find it hilarious. Just their fucking heads are just.
I always love it. Well, it's like, for one, they're two of the funniest characters.
Yeah, they are.
So
They're hilarious.
We'll take that.
Just keep farting and stuff. It's so funny.
But even Ike, like, I don't know. I never, like, for me, it's strange. Where are you from again?
Bulgaria. Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. And so what's the country next to Bulgaria?
You have Romania on the north, Greece, Turkey on the south.
Okay, well, let's
yeah.
take Romania. Do you hate everyone from Romania?
I don't care, bro.
Well, exactly. And that's how people, like, I feel when people be like, oh, are you American? I'll be like, Canadian. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Doesn't matter.
I don't hate everyone from America. I know Americans, some of them are cool.
Yeah.
It's not like all of them are like, let's go Trump.
It's a big country though as well. It's fucking 350 million people, you know.
Well, it's yeah. And Canada's 30 million, I believe, or 35 million.
That's
It's
nothing.
basically nothing.
Yeah, it's like a city in China, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when people
Tokyo?
ask about opinions of the vast thing, it's like, I don't know, man. Like yeah, like you said, America feels like a bunch of different countries. They're their own thing. Like Portland is nothing like Phoenix, which is nothing like Utah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
completely different places. And Canada is like not even big enough to even consider.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, I think in Canada, it's literally all the cities are around the American border, isn't it?
It is.
And you have like one Winnipeg, I think, in the middle of like fuck off guy, in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere, and that's it.
And
Just
everyone there
wilderness.
wants to kill themselves.
Really?
Like, no one's
Jesus.
happy.
Really?
Oh, dude, never go to Winnipeg. If you're within the sound of my voice, do not visit Winnipeg. It's
Really?
hell on earth. It's a hellscape, dude.
Really? Why?
Yeah, it's just frozen. It's frigid. It's like minus 40 by
Fuck, yeah.
November. And then like they have heated bus stops because you can't sleep outside. You'll just fucking
Yeah,
freeze
yeah.
like
No
an ice
homeless
cube.
people though.
No, they all
Popsicles, they're all popsicles. Taking shots at everybody. Canadian homeless people, come after me.
Yeah.
They're gonna be probably. Are homeless people polite in Canada though?
Nah.
Because in America they're quite aggressive. I've seen some documentaries. They're like, "Give me some money, motherfucker!" You know, they're just
Yeah.
like they're fucking in your
Which
face.
is sick. That is a
Yeah.
sick move if you're homeless, to just rob people. Because think about it. Even if you get arrested, it's like, now I got a home. That's
yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
whole
that's a
other
good
setup.
yeah.
Yeah, and then if you get shit, then you got shit. It's
So Winnipeg, so it's like I think there's nothing around it as well, isn't it? Like the closest city is in fucking.
is Saskatchewan, which is also shit.
Saskatchewan,
You
yeah.
brought up an issue that's actually relevant in Canada, because in Vancouver, where I just went there in April, I hadn't been there
nice.
since before lockdown, and the homeless problem was already horrible there.
Really?
And over the pandemic, it's gotten like 10 times worse.
Wow.
And the problem is all the other provinces, which are sort of like big states
Yeah.
for you uninitiated, all their homeless people take buses to go to Vancouver because it's on the coast and you won't freeze to death there.
Yeah.
So their homeless population's like 10 times more inflated than it should be.
Jesus, yeah.
And the government they've sort of given up on it. And the cops have sort of been like, have you ever seen The Wire?
I've heard about the show. I've never seen it, but I know what the show is about.
There's a season where they block off this area where you're just allowed to do drugs because they think it might help people.
Oh, wow.
And that's sort of what Vancouver's done with the downtown east side.
Oh.
So I walked by this area where like people are there. I saw this lady with her shoe and her sock off, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, injecting heroin in between her toes, dude. In between her toes. As people are just walking by like nothing's going on.
Jesus, man.
And that's the type of shit you see there, man. It's nonstop. It's fucking crazy.
That is wild.
Mm-hmm. And cops just don't deal with it because it's too big to contain.
Because people have been screaming about defunding them for the last 2 years. What do you expect?
Well,
bro, if I was a cop, I would like, fuck this shit. I'm going home. I'm gonna fucking shove some donuts in my mouth. I'm not fucking, I'm 5'3" and I don't know how to fight and I don't run as fast as I used to. I want to be surrounded by cops all the time. Protect me, motherfuckers. Okay?
Those are some great points, Mike.
Oh, what the fuck, bro? I'm not political, but come on. We're gonna fuck about it. We're gonna fuck about. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tiny man who talks a lot of shit. I need personal security. You know what I'm saying? Make fun of Canadian homeless people. You know what I'm saying? That's not the worst thing I've said on this podcast. Let's be honest.
Yeah, don't worry. They're not listening.
To be honest with you, you'll be surprised because all the homeless people in Liverpool, they'll have fucking phones and shit. They're like, they have better phones than me. I'm not joking. No?
Right.
They have like TVs and stuff. Like, fucking, no, I'm not joking. It's fucking wild, dude. You know?
It is crazy. Yeah. Someone needs to take them down a peg.
That's why you have me. I came all the way from Bulgaria to talk shit about your homeless people over here. Jacob, I'm gonna fix this country. So in Vancouver, is it like, I think it's very rainy, isn't it? It's kind of like here.
It's just like Manchester.
Really?
It's not like Liverpool because you get windier here.
Oh.
But yeah, it's one of those things where people are like, oh, it must be. And it's like, no, it's the same. It's the same weather. Sorry, drinking beer.
It's all right. Put the microphone a little bit closer, so they can hear the burps, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you want me to hear the burps? The indigestion?
Some people get off, you know what I'm saying? They love stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm like a fart queen.
Yeah.
But no, the weather's the exact same. It's rainy and windy and shitty usually. But then when it gets good, it gets really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like there's a bunch of beaches in Vancouver. It's right at the coast. If you head up north, it's fucking beautiful. There are areas to see. It's just the cities are gross. And I think that's like anywhere now.
Yeah.
You know?
But why do politicians think like, because obviously this is the politic hour, with the Mike Yanek.
Yeah, we're doing politics, I guess.
But why do like, okay, so we're going to allow all the homeless people and all the drug addicts, to express themselves freely. But why is it always smack in the city center? Like, why? Is there
that's
like
where people are.
No, but why? Just get a neighborhood in the outskirts or something, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I mean, then you got to force them where to go, and the homeless people are only there because drugs are there, and then it's like it's a supply and demand
We can
thing.
put the drugs on the bus, just ship all the drugs out of town.
Yeah, I feel like, didn't they used to do that with people with leprosy? Like, before they knew how to cure it, they would send them to, like, an island, like, off the coast. I'm pretty sure this is a real thing. Look up Leprosy Island, Jacob, because I'm sure that's a real thing where they were like, we don't know how to contain it, so we'll just send them all there and send, like, boats of food and shit.
Greek island, apparently.
Oh, you were just there.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, hopefully not in this place.
That's amazing.
It's like the stone people from Game of Thrones. Like, no one knows how to contain it, dude.
They just fucking live in caves.
It's fucked, dude.
Wild, dude.
You can just see limbs that have rotted off all over the shoreline and shit.
Oh, God.
I assume. I'm making this up at this point.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Okay, so how long you been in the UK then?
I've been here since 2019 or December 2018.
Really? Oh, okay. A few years then. How do you find it? How do you like it?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I do because like we talked about Canada, like you brought up, 90% of the population is within 10 miles of the US border.
That's wild.
There's no comedy industry there, really. There is the CBC, but they're like, if you think you've seen wokeness out of London, like
I've heard some stuff about
Canada's
Canada.
like the worst.
Wild, dude.
Yeah, and for a guy like me, there's just no room there, and that's fine. And even all the really successful comics do move down to the States, like a Russell Peters, a Norm Macdonald, a Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yes, I forgot about him. Yeah, he's my favorite dude. He's amazing.
Well, and when you get big enough, you move because the bigger thing's right there.
Don't you think that's sad though? Because like that way your country loses a lot of like artistic people and stuff.
But Canada would rather be 10 people sucking each other's dicks, telling each other how great they are, than they would be like a big bustling scene of successful people.
Wow.
Canada's happy failing as long as they think they're the best. I'm dead serious, and put this on the clip because I don't.
Clip it, Jacob.
I don't respect Canada for that. It's why I left. When people ask what. It's so weird when they find out I'm from Canada. Like, what are you doing here? I'm like, Canada's not the greatest when it comes to entertainment. When it comes to comedy, I think comedy is meant to be done in dour, rainy places anyway.
That's true. That's why I think Britain. That's why people have such a great sense of humor in this country.
The scene's great, and your oppressive Tory government creates a great backdrop for comedy.
But I thought this is a right-wing podcast. What are you doing, bro? I'm gonna lose all the viewership.
That's what I love about it. It's like the right wing here is so evil. I could actually hate them without seeming like a cuck.
That's amazing.
But yeah, that's how I feel about it here. And the scene's good enough where you can travel around. Like
it's small country. Yeah,
I got off work at Manchester at 4:30 here, and I'm here. I was here for 6 p.m. in Liverpool. Like
6:05. Let's be fucking honest.
I'm sorry, I was late.
I need to bust your balls. It's the Mikey Mayhem show. You know what I'm saying? Come on, lad.
But as a comparison point from Vancouver to Edmonton, which are equally sized cities, that's like a 24-hour drive. There's no way to. So you either have to make your career in one city.
That is wild. Yeah, that's
or drive.
Go to America.
Yeah, or go to America or do corporates. And it's just shit. Whereas the UK, there's so many paths. I love it here.
Yeah, it's so crazy though because it's so tempting because America is just there.
Yeah.
And if you're a singer, if you're an actor or whatever, America is just there. Is it difficult to migrate from Canada to America?
Very difficult.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
but
unless you're
they
rich.
love white people. What happened, America? Come on.
Unless you're rich. If you're rich, of course you could do anything. But it's just not easy. They put a lot of hoops up for you to jump through, basically.
What? Because I know from Mexico it's impossible to like legally to migrate. They do it. It's so difficult from Mexico, you know. But I thought that from Canada is easy. I'm gonna let you take a sip because I've seen you holding this beer for 5 minutes. I don't feel sorry. Take a sip, no worry. Commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Because I see him over the last 5 minutes, I feel sorry. And I was like, you just want to take a sip?
No,
keep asking dumb questions.
It's sort of like people who hold cigarettes, you know.
Same,
It's just a nice, it's a nice thing to have in your hand.
True. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, tell me about Canadian beer then, because like, do you drink any other alcohol besides beer?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm a drunk, so I'll drink what I can get. But if I have my choice, it's good craft beer and whiskey.
Whiskey, okay.
So the craft beer is fucking great in Canada.
Is it?
When I left, like there was a boom going on where all these different breweries were popping up all over the place, and you could Google it, and on your Google Maps looked like chickenpox. It was like
really, wow.
You could walk all over, like in 4 city blocks, you could hit like 10 breweries. Your shit face. It's beautiful,
amazing.
And then I come to England. It's like jumping in a time machine 10 years in the past. It's like 4% like piss lager or cask beer, which I don't even know why cask beer is a thing anymore. It's fucking disgusting.
Because they get pissed very quickly.
Exactly. It's no one here knows how to drink. Everyone has fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah.
No one talks about
they
that.
Get fucking destroyed, man. You should see Jacob after a few babies. You know, so they're fighting with people on Greek islands. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna storm the beaches. You ain't storming anything, Jacob. You're a rich, successful businessman now with your slides. Stay over there in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? We love Jacob. We're only joking. He's a great boy.
When I was in Greece, it was great. 1 glass of wine, that was it, me for the day. Piss for the day.
Beautiful.
No, I don't know why they genuinely don't know how to drink. Like hard stuff, like whiskey. Oh my God, geez, they get fucking bladder.
Well, it's weird because anyone who drinks all the time, you begin to learn it's not about what you're drinking, it's about the pace and the time you start
and the company and the surroundings and
everything.
All that stuff.
But in England, it's like the strategy is to start as early as possible. Like I work at a bar where you're not allowed to serve till 11 because of the liquor license.
Okay.
11 p.m. that is.
PM, okay.
Or sorry, no, 11 a.m. I'm mixing them up.
Jesus, man, who the fuck drinks at 11 a.m.?
Well, that's it, right? But people will come in at 10:30 and be like, "Hey, I'll have a beer and a shot," and I'll be like,
"Fuck, that's sad."
I'm like, "I can't serve you,"
Yeah,
and they're like, "Okay, well, where can I drink?" And I'm like, "There's a Wetherspoons right there across the street."
You need to wait for half an hour, mate.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sad.
I don't know if it's sad. It's awesome in a way, but I don't know. It's just the drinking culture here. People drink till they drop. They won't finish a beer. I've never seen so many places they'll leave a beer like 2/3 full and just leave to the next place.
They drink very quickly here, I've noticed as well. The goal is just get pissed as quick as possible so we can forget that we live here, I think. You know, they're just like, I don't want to remember. Weather's bad, food is shit. Let's just get plastered, mate.
Well, and
Just
then
forget my troubles.
by like 8 p.m., they're fucked. Like they're puking and then
insane.
falling in their puke. I've seen
Yeah.
happen 3 times since I moved here.
3 times only, mate. I see that fucking 3 times a day. No, literally, because I told you I work in city center, so I seen some wild shit, man.
Yeah.
Fuck hell.
But no, it's just a weird culture. And I don't begrudge him for it because honestly, like, I think all of us are in this fucked up place where we have to work jobs we don't like and do shit we don't like. And if your solution is to drink a lot or smoke weed every day, like, I'm not going to hold it against you.
Yeah.
It is just sad when you can't, like, come on. It's like, these are 4% beers. You should be able to handle it after a certain point.
How about, so Canadians, you have the reputation that you're very nice and friendly, but what happens when you get drunk? Are you like a fighting nation? Because the British, when they get plastered, they turn into a different person, man. I've noticed some stuff. Like, I'm afraid if Jacob's drunk, I don't know what he's going to do to me. Is he going to fight me or fuck me? I don't know, bro. They go crazy, bro, British, after a few babies,
Man, there's a great Doug Stanhope joke that I think explains that too, where he's like, you notice Americans never get in fistfights because you could sue anyone really easily and everyone might have a gun.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Whereas in the UK, everyone gets in fistfights because no one's going to have a gun
course.
and then your medical bills are covered.
Yeah. That's true. That's a fucking great point.
But in Canada, it's sort of like a mix of both. Like in the drunk areas, like there's this one street in Vancouver called Granville Street. And if you want to watch fights, you can almost just go there around 10 p.m. on a Saturday, and you will see people fight. But other than that, it's not as common a thing. Like I was really shocked when I moved here how frequently I saw just fist fights.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember on my first time downtown alone, I was taking a bus home because I lived in the suburbs, and this fight, it was like one of those where a guy got thrown through the door. Like, and just hit the ground as I was getting on the bus, and I was like, oh, fuck. And everyone else on the bus started, like, cheering.
Like, let's go, lad. Let's go.
And I was just, like, blown away. And then 3 guys came out, and their girlfriends trying to hold them back, and it was just this fucking scrap. And I was just like, wow, man, this really is a different place, because I'd never seen that in Canada. I'd never seen just abject violence like that, not immediately broken up by authorities.
That is insane.
And again, I respect England for allowing it a bit. It is like hockey, sort of. Like, you got to let them get it out of their system. And then once people start getting really fucked up, you should break it up. But in the meantime, let them sort it out themselves.
That is fucking crazy, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, to me, I've never been in a fist fight. So for me, it's like...
I've been in a fist fight, but I was the one who was getting punched. I've never beaten up nobody. I'm just not taking it. Look at this nose, bro. It thinks so crooked. Talk a lot of shit, bro.
You didn't have your gun with you?
Nah, no weapons, bro. All I have is my words, but, my broken English. That's all I have, I have my little pistols, yeah. Today only one, though. Oh, see?
You just shot yourself in the nuts like that guy from 8 Mile.
Oh, my God.
I just watched, a quick aside, 8 Mile a week ago.
Oh, nice.
And
I haven't seen it in ages.
I remember I used to think it was the most hard as fuck, like, gangster movie or whatever. And then I rewatched, my girlfriend had never seen it, and it was just like the most pussified, like, soft core gangster rap, if you will. Like, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Like, Eminem gets beat up once. And a guy shoots himself in the dick, but there's no violence really.
I think it's 14 plus, that movie. I'm not sure. I don't think it's 18 plus.
No, it's 14 plus.
Yeah, that's right.
I know that because I saw it in theaters with my mom when I was 15. We used to go to movies all the time.
Oh, nice.
And I was such an Eminem fan that I was like, Mom, I know it's a bit violent, but I need to see it. And she took me to it, and it was just awkward because there's like a sex scene, like, I don't know.
I only remember one scene where he walks into that trailer and his mom is getting railed. That's the only scene I remember. I was like, Jesus, man. But I was like 12 or 13 when I saw it. I was like, this is the greatest movie of all time.
Well, and that's that guy, I forget his fucking name, but he goes on to be an actor in Boardwalk Empire. And what's the other movie? He plays the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski, and the serial killer. That guy's fucking great. The guy who's railing Eminem's mom.
Oh, really?
I forget the actor's name, but he's like the best.
One of the guys, the black guy at the end, I think, where they have the rap battle, one of them, I think he played he was like in Captain America or something. Like he was, because, that movie is 2003 or something, and then he played maybe like Falcon or something, like in the Marvel. All of the cast... except Eminem, he did only one movie and he got an Oscar. Yeah. That's the only movie he's ever done.
Did he get an Oscar for that?
Of course he did. Come on, that's Eminem, bro. He's amazing.
Dude, he does rule.
Yeah.
Did
he's
you ever
awesome.
did you ever see him at the Grammys where everyone was calling him a homophobe because he used to use slurs all the time?
Yeah.
And then he does Stan, but instead of Dido, it's Elton John.
Elton John, I saw that, yeah.
And it's so funny because the whole backdrop's completely black. Everything's black. You can almost know the only white thing on stage is Eminem's face. And then like you hear the piano and it's like, this is beautiful. Like during the first few verses. And then they raise up the curtain and it's Elton John in a yellow and pink polka dot suit. It's like the most vibrant thing in 5 miles of the stage.
Amazing.
And it's him singing the chorus. It's such a fucking awesome rendition of the song.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everyone's like, well, I guess he doesn't hate gay people.
Yeah. And then he gave him a kiss, innit?
Yeah, he kissed him. They made out and fucked on stage.
Well, I mean, what can you do, man? It was a different time back then, early 2000s. When you go back now and listen to the stuff, it's just different times. What can you do? I know people get offended and stuff, but like that was the time. That was the culture, Same way now. I was thinking about it like, because, things are changing quite quickly. And I was thinking, what if the way we talk about aliens now, like what they're portrayed in movies, like little spaceman, green man, we make
Big
fun of
green
them, like Mars attacks, all right? We're making fun of them. But what if 15 or 20 years from now, aliens are part of our society because they land on Earth? And what if that becomes offensive? They look back and you're like, oh, do you remember in the early 2000s, the way you portrayed us or whatever, So you never know where the world, what direction is going to go.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
so that's why I just say shit and whatever happens. I don't care.
Yeah, my problem is like I'll still say shit that's already considered offensive beforehand. But I'm like, to me, it's all a joke. And the problem is, there's people who say that shit with not joking.
That's different. Yeah, of course.
But I feel like that's always been the line. I feel like back in the 80s, 90s, now when people are saying really fucked up shit, like if someone called a gay guy the F word.
Good. Oh, thank God you saved me some fucking editing because I hate to do the editing because people over here drop some stuff and I was like, I gotta edit now, bro.
I didn't want to say it.
Thank you.
But you know what I mean? If people said that to an actual gay guy in public, I'd be the first to be like, what the fuck are you talking? I'd be angry.
Yeah, of course.
But to say it as a joke is a totally different thing. And then that becomes sort of that's what I hate about Canada. It's really disingenuous people who would bully people, but then they'd get all offended by words and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you're a bad person demonstrably by the way you bully. But then you'll use the words as a way to fucking roundabout it all. Sorry, that's a random
no, that's okay,
tangent
man.
I went
off
on.
Yeah. It's an interesting place, Canada, because, like, it's so bizarre because I think political correctness over there just went like to the other extreme, I think.
Well, it literally went like too far. And it's weird to say like progressivism can go too far, but that's always how I felt about it there. I was pushing back against woke stuff in Vancouver because they were so out of line, like bullying people, accusing people falsely of stuff, that it was like, this is an ugly, fucked up scene to be in, period. But I'm sure if I was one province over in Alberta where it's really far right and stuff, that would have been my issue.
Really?
I think the shit people take issue with is the shit they're surrounded by.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There should be a show where I just go and try to survive 1 month in Canada. I just do podcasts and comedy and stuff because I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just being me. I just say whatever makes me laugh, and I just want to see all the Canadian people just like just like fucking shocked and stuff,
Totally.
Oh my God! So you like it here, right? You're planning to stay? I think you say you have a missus and stuff.
I love it here. Yeah.
Is she British? Where is she from?
She's from France.
Really?
My girlfriend Lulu. She's the best. We met in Vancouver. She worked at the open mic that I ran, and then
what was she doing there? She's a comedian.
No, she's just the server at the cafe that I did.
So
my
hold
open
on,
mic
she went all the way from France to be a waiter in Vancouver.
So she was in France and she wanted to live in Canada for a couple of years.
Okay.
And she did, and was in like a pretty cool cafe, pretty good area of town.
Punch It Up, yeah, of course. Punch It Up. She's like, no, it's the great cafe. It's the best cafe in
It
Vancouver.
was no, it sounds gay as hell. Don't
she
get
was
me
not
wrong.
a waitress. She was a manager. Okay, Mike, come on.
No, well, she hates it when I call it a bagel shop. But it was basically
it's a bagel shop.
It was a bagel shop.
Yes,
But
finally.
it was called Benny's Bagels, and it was this beautiful spot, man. Like I do romanticize it a bit because I met her there, obviously. But like a bunch of people romanticize it. Like they knocked it down 2 months before she left.
Oh.
And yeah, it was like it broke our hearts, but apparently it broke the city's hearts because it was like this.
Why did they took it down?
To put up apartments, like the same thing they do everywhere. You
But
know?
hold on, that's somebody's business. Is it allowed to like?
Well, it was a failing business.
Okay,
I mean, they're
okay,
selling bagels in the most expensive part of Vancouver.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah, so they knocked it down and put up things. But yeah, we met there and then decided to move here. And we've never really looked back. You know?
Yeah, so you're gonna stay here.
I don't know if we'll stay here, but right now I like it here. Things are going well here.
Good, man.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I'm very happy. So we gotta wrap this up because we've done 40 minutes, but we're gonna do a little extra 20 minutes for the Patreon. Patreon.com/mikeyanek. Now, before we go, plug anything you want to plug. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, Jokes at the Oaks. Every Tuesday in Manchester, if you're in Manchester, show up to the Seven Oaks Pub. It's a famous dive bar. It's beautiful. We do a show there every single Tuesday, me and Dan Tiernan. Also, I do a podcast at Game of Your Life. It's a podcast where I talk to comics about their favorite video game. I meant to get you on there at some point.
You have to play Heroes 3. At least watch a tutorial or something.
I need to play it all the way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's on Twitter at GOILPod. At Instagram, I'm Funny Jordan D. Follow all that, and we're golden.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.